There's several different ways that you can protect assets from long-term care costs, and I think sometimes it depends on the time frame. We have an entire department of people that specializes in how to protect as many assets as you can, even in a crisis situation. If there was a health event recently and the unexpected occurs and suddenly a family member needs long-term care or needs nursing home care and we did no planning whatsoever, there are certain things you can do to protect at least something so that assets would not be drained to zero, so that you can protect some and at least live with some dignity just as needs arise and as expenses arise. If a family is able to plan just a little bit further in advance, well, then they can protect just a little bit more. So sometimes we'll talk to families about that as to what they can do ahead of time before they encounter some of these difficulties or before they get into a crisis situation. And really once you determine that to be a goal, then we can work backwards and say, well, what's the best way for you to stay in control of all of the assets that you have, to live the same life with the same investments in the same house and the same income and the same taxes and everything's the same, but now we can protect it. So if we can accomplish that, there's some pretty big smiles sometimes in the office. Sometimes clients will ask us what Medicaid planning is, or is it ever too late? And there are different aspects to it. When we think of how to protect things, sometimes people will ask, well, is there a Medicaid program for people who truly don't have any assets at all? And there are certainly programs for folks in that situation. If we can take a look at a situation earlier, or we can diagnose something sooner, if a family comes in a little bit sooner, can we protect more of those assets? So there really isn't ever too late until the assets truly are gone. And unfortunately, we have seen a couple of those situations, and it's heartbreaking. So part of what we want to do, and really part of our mission, is to get in contact with families ahead of time. Whether it's a little bit ahead or further ahead or whatever that might be, whatever it looks like to them, we want to make sure that can we help them? Can we educate them on what they can do? We never tell anyone that they have to do something. But we want them to understand that they can. And once they understand that, oftentimes they make decisions to protect as much as they can, and they're successful with it.